So I can start now, yeah. Good morning to Dr. Vincent and my fellow friends. Today we are going to talk about service marketing presentation. My name is Bunzi, and this is Eric. And then next, this is I. I just want to introduce yourself first. I'll just carry on. Okay, so now my carry on, huh? So these are the topic we are going to discuss, which is technology, mobile commerce, and Shopee. It's 7P and service recovery, success factors that lead to relationship building, and the ways to improve mobile commerce Shopee. Next. Technology, mobile commerce. Next. So I'm going to explain on the usage of mobile commerce. First of it will be omni-channel experience. It's something that you can access to at any channel at any time, which means that mobile users are allowed to make purchase at wherever they are and buy whatever they want through their mobile phone. So easy. And then it's remove the restriction of us sitting in front of the laptop to order. So it's much more convenient to use mobile commerce. And it's something similar. The second point is it's similar to e-commerce, but it's in mobile devices. It's given access to e-commerce by benefit in mobile phone. They have a wide variety. Users have wide variety of product to choose, and they can have more competitive price because there are many. They can compare the prices through the platform, and then it's location independent. The third point will be convenience and minimizing effort. It's for both parties in this point. In terms and time and location independent, one-click purchase being alerted when there's a promotion because the user will receive notification while using mobile commerce. So next will be the top challenges using mobile commerce. First point will be extremely word of mouth sensitive. For this part, for example, me as a girl, woman, my friends recommend me that this brand lipstick is good, so I'll be influenced by her word of mouth and go and buy it. So we call it word of mouth sensitive. The next challenges will be trust concern. The trust concerns, for example, the user will worry that the product they order and the product they receive from seller will be different. So we call it trust concern. The third challenges is unique risk to mobile commerce. Okay, for this, for example, now we are using our mobile phone to conduct payment for our order, right? So automatically our payment info like um like our credit card and debit card information and mailing address will be saved on the mobile phone. So let's think what happens if our phone got hacked. So it's the risk to use mobile commerce. Okay, next. So I'm going to pass this slide to next presenter, which is Zhen Hao. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Windsor. So, as mentioned just now, the top challenges for m-commerce usually are related to trust issues. So, right now we'll take a look on how talk about Shopee and take a look gain trust among customers. So let's start with 7P. So 7P is I will not go in order. Let's start with product and place. So the product for Shopee is mainly the service platform. So they are selling the mobile commerce service by taking some transaction fees by 2%. So other than that, Surprisingly, they actually have a product of advertorial space. They actually sell advertisement in their website. No, regardless of the location. For instance, you can buy the ad page in homepage or in search bar. So, example, in the picture on the right, you can see there's advertisement for your shop and the advertisement for your product. Okay. Moving on, we have talked about place and distribution. So Shopee is geographically segmentized, is focusing on Southeast Asia market. Currently, we have headquarters on Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, and Brazil. For its distribution, it is using digital application distribution because this is an application. You can download it from App Store, Google Store, or even on their website. Moving on, we have pricing strategy. So Shopee, I have divided pricing strategy into Shopee for Shopee as well as for the seller. For Shopee, it uses a penetration pricing as it only takes 2% and tax from the profit. So if I make 10 ringgit, then Shopee will only take about 20 cents from it. Okay, plus the tax lah. So this is very useful. It is proven to be very useful because by using a penetration pricing, it can attract sellers to sell more, and they can sell it in cheaper prices, which relates to a higher sales volume. However, these things have really cost to another pricing strategy done by the seller. Because of the penetration pricing, everyone wanted to compete. So they are using economic pricing where the margin is very thin and they are competing to gain sales traffic by using lowest price. So when you go to the Shopee, you can usually find an identical products with one from the brand itself and one from the individual seller, and some individual seller will sell cheaper than the brand, and it is identical products, and this is the reason. Moving on, we have promotion strategy. So promotion strategy for Shopee, they are mainly using sales and promotion and advertising. So for sales and promotion, the most common promotion they are giving will be free shipping, extra coins, and vouchers and rebate. And for the advertisement, they are quite famous about it, will be video ads and celebrity endorsement. So, um, celebrity endorsement are especially effective, and it led to Shopee to become the top app commerce in Southeast Asia because of the celebrity endorsement as well as the localization element that implement. So we will talk about the localization in later on. Moving on, we have people. So this is the 8th department of the Shopee. So we have business and development and partnership. This category are in charging in expanding the business as well as finding partnership deals such as celebrity endorsement and collaboration. Moving on, we have cross-border e-commerce. This category are mainly in charging in the Shopee mall, where they import products from all over the place, no matter it's not limited to Malaysia, and manage under the marketplace platforms. After that, we have data. This is related to data analysts, data scientists, and algorithms. Moving on, we have designs. They are designing the UX, UI, as well as the graphic design. The engineer and technology are mainly the developers for front-end developer and back-end developer for such as new. For front-end developer, there's something like new features is counted as front-end developer. Something like maintenance are regarded to back-end developer. Moving on, we have marketing department. They are in charging in advertisement, marketing campaign. And after that, we have operations. We in charge oversees the operation of the company as well as people, legal and finance, relate to HR, the legal stuff, and the finance lah. Okay, moving on, we have the process. So this process, because this Shopee is a self-service, so we walk through the process and capture it and present it to you in this manner, starting from left to right. So when you open your Shopee, so the first thing, you greet you with an ad or a promotion notification. So after that, when you close it, you show the layout, which is very clean and clear, dedicated icons and UI. So let's say I'm going to Shopee Mart. which is the third one, and I click on it, then you bombarded me with a lot of vouchers, a lot of categories. Um, when I'm interested, when I click on it, for the first one, it will show me about the details of the product, the sales, the ratings, the reviews, the description of the product. And finally, when I press now, it will lead to a checkout. Okay, so this is the buying process for the Shopee. Moving on, we will talk about physical evidence. So physical evidence is very important for service marketing is because it actually is the first impression of what the customers see. And it is really is studied. The study has shown that it is related to customer loyalty. So the physical evidence, in short, is the evidence that show what company are trying to provide. So for instance, if Shopee wanted to showcase the value of customers, so this is the physical evidence from added value. So the first notification when you enter, the banner ads in the middle, as well as the voucher. So all of these pictures are claimed through the process just now. Moving on, if Shopee wants to establish reliability and brand trust, so here is the physical evidence of reliability. So they have the official logo of official authenticity logo to prove that this is an official product. Moving on, you have the ratings as well as the product sold as well. Moving on, lastly, you have three additional information about the products, which is 100% authentic. It gives you 50% days of return as well as it's free shipping. So here is the 7 Ps of the Shopee. So now I'll pass it back to Bunza to talk more about the service recovery.
Okay, thanks, Denhao. So I'm going to talk about the service recovery Shopee guarantee. So Shopee guarantee is a feature whereby Shopee holds payment temporarily to ensure the deal is successfully before releasing the payment to the seller. So for step one, buyer will buyer are requires to buy Shopee requires the buyer to pay the upfront for the order they make. And step two, Shopee will require seller to pay and deliver the order once the buyer has done the payment. And the step three will be buyer receiving the order and check on the condition. Step four will be step three, buyer receive the order and check on the condition if the buyer is satisfied with the product, then they will proceed to the step four, which is they'll click order completed in the system and the payment will be released to the seller. Next. So during the order process, the buyer will receive a notification as well when the seller enter the tracking number. So the buyer can track their parcel automatically through the system. Once the item is being delivered, the buyer will be given a 3-day time to check on the product they receive, whether they want to request for refund or no need. Then buyer will be notified when seller ship the order to receive information. So basically buyer will be notified through the system. And for example, order Shopee guarantee period take nine days to order and for the seller to receive the product. Because it's 9 days. So next. So these are the benefit for seller and buyer. Order process automation is a benefit for seller because it can help the seller to save up unnecessary manual job as it's all systematic conducted. For example, seller don't need to key in the tracking number or record the order one by one and don't need to explain the product and promote the product as it's all stated everything clearly. The buyer reliability is also one of the benefits for seller because that seller will be able to get a secure payment because every order will be paid in full by the buyer before they are notified to ship the items. Next, build trust and brand loyalty is also a Shopee guarantee benefit for seller because both parties won't need to worry about the scam issue. Next, the benefits for buyers will be safe payment, valid shipments, and rights to get refund. So, next I'm going to pass the slide to next presenter, is Eric.
All right, thank you, Bunsu.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the success factors that lead to relationship building. There are three parts that I want to highlight. First would be mobile first initiative. Shopee launched a dedicated mobile app back in 2015 when Shopee CCO Zhou Zhenjie addressed that there are many parts with big potential growth that haven't been addressed by the existing player. Even though Shopee was actually late to this e-commerce site in 2015, they're actually the first to launch a dedicated m-commerce application. So when the global trends starting to shift towards mobile shopping, mobile m-commerce, Shopee already have a very good head start in front of all its existing competitors. It was so good that Shopee actually racked up 90% of the transaction was conducted via application solely, and also held mind-blowing records of 147.6 million visits in June of 2018. While the application itself is uh, well, the application itself was mentioned that it was very user friendly. This also helped with enhancing the users' experience while they were purchasing and serving through the application. Then my second point will be next, please. Localization. All right. So it is very important for international companies such as Shopee, especially when they are firstly they want to penetrate into Southeast Asian market, that they need to study the culture and the consumer behavior of the citizen in the country that they want to penetrate into. The benefit of localization is that it helps the citizen to be more familiarized with your company, and hence it isn't up the settle down process for the company to start up in the country itself. Here I have two examples on how Shopee actually studied culture in each country. First would be that Shopee actually studied the culture of like from the religion perspective. In Indonesia, in my country, due to that, the major of the population were majorly Muslim. Shopee actually created a specific section that sells Islamic products such as hijab. While on the second one is that in countries such as Thailand and Vietnam, where celebrity plays a major role of being a how to say purchase decision for its citizens, Shopee actually do a lot of celebrity endorsements to help them boost the sales in the country. Then next point, please. Okay, so my third and last point will be heavy promotion with value-added service. The first one is implementing huge promotion for both sellers and customers. Uh, Shopee utilize the logistic network that benefit both end for both the sellers and customers. But when you think of the buyers, you only think of they're getting promotions such as free shipping. Sellers, on the other hand, they actually already have these benefits from the start uh, that Shopee give them, that the first 5 kilogram that they're going to ship are actually free from Shopee. And second one will be global icons. Shopee have partnered with major celebrities around the globe to engage with the customer on purchasing their products. This allows the celebrity fans to connect on a deeper level by collecting celebrity exclusive items and collaboration items, such as the two pictures you see on the left. Last will be value added service. Value added are determined by the amount that the consumer are willing to pay based on the perceived value. For example, is that when I try to bought my sister the XL Light watch for her birthday, Shopee actually asked me if I want to triple wrap the item for additional price that ensures the safety of the item during shipment. That'll be all for my part. I'll pass it on to the next presenter, Ramla.
Thank you so much, Eric, for introducing me. So I'm going to talk about the Shopee guarantee. Abunze has already explained what Shopee guarantee is, but I'm going to talk about how Shopee guarantee helps to strengthen relationship. between the customers and the company. So first of all, I'm going to talk about how it provides protection to the sellers and to the buyers. So firstly, talking about how it provides protection to the sellers, Shopee will verify that buyer has paid before getting the sellers to send out the product so that it's sure that the order is confirmed. Shopee will also mediate when buyers have issues with the products. Shopee handles the refund, hence there is no chance of product scams as well. Now talking on the buyer's part, so sellers will not get paid until the buyer gets their products. Shopee will help mediate if the buyer has any issues with the product. Shopee will actively ban any errant sellers from the platform. So this means that buyer will be more confident that they're going to be authentic sellers on the website, and then they can easily shop without being fraud and scams. All these features ultimately help to maintain the trust of both the parties and encourage a healthy relationship between the customers and the company. Next, please. So now I'm going to talk about compulsory right for refunding. As for most of the buyers, rights for refund and return or the policy is the main concern while they're making purchase online. So firstly, I'm going to talk about, in this case, I'm going to talk about the responsibility of the seller. So if in case of reverse logistics, Shopee will send a notification to the seller, and it will be given a certain day's time in which the seller can respond. If the seller does not respond, then Shopee will obviously punish the seller accordingly, and the seller will bear the shipping cost of the refund. So it's obviously going to be difficult on the seller's part. So they have to follow the rules. Then I'm going to talk about the rights of the buyer. So firstly, if a buyer has any problem with the product, they have a right to make an application with a valid reason in case of a technical issue in the product or anything for refund or return. The buyer will be given a 7-day return and return policy. Like within 7 days of returning, receiving the product, the buyers can make an application, not after that, and all reasons will be accepted except if the buyer says that they just changed their mind. This reason will not be accepted by Shopee. So Shopee makes sure that there are equal rights both towards the seller and towards the buyers. This helps to increase the confidence within the buyers and the sellers as well, and keep a fair policy between both the parties. So for Shopee, this helps to maintain and encourage a healthy relationship between the customers and the buyers and in the company and the entire trio. Now I would pass on to Sylvia to talk about the rest of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramla. Now I'm going to talk about how to improve on this new technology. There are three ways to improve the new technology. First is the way to attract customers' attention. Shopee will give all of the Shopee user a notification to inform them that Shopee are implementing promotion. Make sure all of the customers, especially loyal customers, know Shopee implement heavy promotion, and Shopee will implement promotion during festival. Moreover, Shopee will launch plenty of the attractive advertisement to attract public's attention. Next, please. Next is the way to increase authenticity. Customer feedback is important because some of the customer will read the feedback before purchasing the products. So a positive feedback can increase the customer confidence in the product. And return customer positive review able to increase Shopee authentic. All of the feedback will appear on the product pages so it can let people know. But we need to make sure the review quality review, not those spam fake review. It will affect Shopee authentic as well. Last is the way to improve Shopee refund service. Shopee need to make sure your order are accurate. It will help to decrease the refund rate. Furthermore, Shopee need to remove the capacity for manual errors by automating as much of the shipping process as you can through integrated shipping software. Not that only, Shopee must have a solid return or refund policy on your website and make the return as easy as possible for customer because easy returns can increase customer satisfaction. Last, try to give customer free return shipping. It able to increase sales because the long-term benefits far outweigh the short-term costs. Thank you. Actually, sir, you may refer the reference after this slide.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me just put in my points here properly. Yeah. A second. All right. Okay, right. So for this group, all right, for this group, wow, I like the live presentations, lah. Yeah. All right. Can really see, you all are doing it. It on the I mean real life there. Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, I like. Okay. Now for this group, yeah. All right. So I think you all started off with. No, I like the point where you see. But I think in every part of a presentation is very interesting to see. Yeah. The overall structure. So you share the structure first. Like what is expected then. Yeah. So we start off with like you talk about mobile commerce. How the omni channels work. Yeah. And one thing good about it is you are able to link to all this e-commerce and mobile commerce then, right? And yeah, you talk about the usage, how this is being implemented, good integrations of all the key relevant innovation, theories, thoughts, and techniques within the presentation. Good logical link. Yeah, you are able to link some concepts and even ideas, between the business then, right? Again, I think you have also what I can say is that the presentation is pretty confident, all right, good about that. Yeah, then you talk about the 7 Ps. Okay, you talk about this, and one thing also, I think in fact not only your group, I know every group itself, I know you have actually put in good supporting evidence, yeah, and some digital platform also well indicated. All right, good thoughts of ideas. Then I can see that the ideas are very original. Yeah. Evidence are also very updated. Yeah. One thing also I like is the slide is very clean and nice. Right? Good graphic implementations there. Yeah. All right. And then I think the next part of it you discuss about the service recovery. You talk about service recovery, and then you bring in like step by step. Okay, how the whole thing works then. All right, and how eventually it benefits the customers, both the sellers and the buyers, and you actually define them appropriately. Yeah. Moving forward, okay, your analysis are very clear. You talk about how the breakthrough, of how Shopee is able to boost their popularity, all right, towards the customers. Then, strategy related to the ideas, okay, does help in the way that the way that how they do I mean how it relates back to the business model. Yeah. Good indications, yeah, of the assignments. Informations are organized, consistent. Yeah. Linking both the concepts within the case. I think that because over here, because I think because it's live, I can see a very a very clear indications, eye contact, yeah, eye contact with the audience. Okay, so a few of you are actually just open up and see, okay, eye contact itself, yeah, all right, and yeah, the voice are very clear. Voice are very clear. Able to so the timings are pretty good. Yeah, the timings are pretty good then. Okay, and yeah, I think basically the overall contributions is there. Now, also one thing for sure, if you look at how I think you all mentioned about so Shopee, you talk about the guarantees and so on. Then yeah, so in general, how do they in one way or another, besides because all these guarantees and so on. Then yeah, so in general, what are the what is the is there any evidence that you all are able to find to see that the preference between Lazan or with other competitors then? So how do they where is their competitive advantage in part of the service manner that as compared to the others then? So anyone want to take on that? Or Zhenhao want to take on it? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you are searching for the competitive advantage, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So one thing is that Shopee is being very hyper localized. So if you talk about successful firms such as Grab, when you search for their advertisement, it is always about your local celebrity, or the cultural or the message is always based on the country itself. So if you are interested, you can always find several, the Shopee song. Actually, there's several versions of it. So the version is based on a country. So and the celebrity is who is singing about it. So I think that is one of the factors that push out the competitive advantage. Aside from that, the second thing will be the pricing strategy, as mentioned before. Actually, in the beginning, Shopee actually put a lot of subsidies on the shipping. Like in fact, right now they handles everything for you. Like there's called a Shopee shipping program. So they will just handle every shipping for you. So for sellers, they don't need to worry about to make up a service platform, or all e-commerce sellers is equally important as buyers, right? So if they can make the sellers to be less steps to sell them. That's why there's so many people who sell in Shopee rather than Lazada in much more cheaper price.
Okay, okay. That's all, eh? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, yeah, very good. Yeah, thank you. All right. So, yeah, at last, now I know who is Zen Hao. Can see him very clearly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll wear coat and so on. Then, okay. Thank you very much, then. Yeah. Okay, now we have